Hello everyone, we're Lemonett. I'm Pastor
I'm Nathaniel, I'm the CFO.
I'm Sarah, I'm the CEO.
You know those vegetables in the back of your fridge that you don't know what to do, so you end up just throwing them away? Well, by doing that, you're contributing to 35% food waste that's being thrown out from American homes every year. Without knowing any numbers, we know that food waste is a huge problem, and we need a solution in order to save our planet.
We would like to introduce you to reverse recipe. Reverse recipe is an app to literally reverse a recipe. All you have to do is just scan it. In this example, an apple is being scanned. After the apple is completed scanning, recipes included inside apple will be searched from our library in reverse recipe. This will be easy, efficient, and quick, and it will eliminate any previous problems they may have been when searching for recipes normally.
Now, people ask us, why not can we just use Google? Well, we have a list of our competitors, which we listed based on easy sorting, scannability, and built-in recipes. And our app is the only one that offers the scannability feature, which is what makes us unique compared to our competitors.
So we know that when you're cooking, a lot of the ingredients that you buy come packaged in plastic. Well, not a lot of people remember to recycle that. We would have a feature on your app that will kind of like remind you like, hey, when you're done cooking, remember you can recycle this plastic so that we will have a bigger impact on plastic pollution. We also know that sometimes when you just don't like get the time to cook with the ingredients that you bought and they go bad before you can even eat them, well, composting is a great alternative rather than just throwing them away. So we would have a step-by-step tutorial on how to compost and why it's so beneficial to the planet.
We had the opportunity to run a campaign where we decided to test our customer demographic. Our first demographic were mothers 30 to 45 years old, and through the analytics of our ad, we found out that most people 18 to 30 years old would click on our ad and sign up to get more information about our ad.
So the first ad that we ran was targeted for mothers, our original demographic. And we did get a lot of positive feedback, but with our second demographic, we found out that we got a lot more positive feedback, we got more clicks, and we got more signups for updates on our app. And
Now, we went a personal stage and we interviewed college students and we asked them questions such as, do they struggle making meals at home? And 60% of them answered yes. Now, this helps us confirm our target demographic in which our solution will be great for college students, but we don't want to limit our app to only one user base, so we want this to work for everybody.
so here are some people here on campus that have been so supportive to us. Mr. T, he helps us like for a second opinion. I go to him all the time for like what he thinks of this and you know. And he also helped us with the step-by-step process on running our ad, and he was just very helpful and with the questions that we had. Kevin is one of our mentors that we connected with through our teacher, and we meet with him monthly because he's also a business owner. So let's say we run into a problem, we talk to him about it, and if he has a common problem, he'll give us an example on how he solved it so we know how to fix it. And Mr. Fitz, he's my second period teacher, and I'll always walk into second period, and he's always so excited to hear about what we're doing. He's like, what's new with reverse recipe? And having this encouragement here on campus really pushes us to keep doing what we're doing.
Right on.
With our sales plan, we have our basic free plan. We get 5 items to scan, and we have access to all recipes. With our premium plan, it's $6.99 a month or $69.90 a year. We have unlimited scans, no ads. We have a creative plan with vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options. You can also put your allergies that you have. And we have a place to input any family recipes or any recipes that you have made up and want to share with people. You can cover them publicly or you can type it in via writing.
We plan to advertise on these three main social media platforms, those being YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We found out that these are the best platforms to advertise on because of our surveys that we conducted at Fresno City and State Colleges.
So our total addressable market would be all college students in the United States of America. That's why that number is so high, because it really is only a possibility if we were able to sell our product to all of them. Our service addressable market would be all college students in California, and again, that number is also so high because it's only a possibility if we were to reach all college students in California. But even if we just made a small amount of that money, of that revenue, we would still have enough that would cover our expenses and we would still make profit.
So we are going to be asking for $354,000 in exchange for 10% ownership of our company. Now, the money, we will be using this for some of our basic startup costs, such as app development and our startup marketing, and also for our first year SG&A costs. Now, when we add all of these numbers together, they will add up to the $354,000 that we are going to be asking for. Here is a graph of our 3-year plan, and it's here to represent the growth that we will have in our first 3 years. So in our first year, we will make about $4.5 million in revenue. In our second year, we will grow to about 4.8, and in our third year, we will grow to about 5.2. So,
On exit strategy, and in our 3-year plan, we sell on reverse recipes to keep buyer and deal with questioning refrigerators. We think that's the most optimal choice. Not only will we compete to have reverse recipe on a screen like this, reverse recipes will also be able to scan all of the ingredients inside the refrigerator in order to make the experience more efficient, quick, and fast.
So here's some of our contact information, our email, our phone number, and our social media if anyone would like to contact us. And remember, with Reverse Recipe, you can save your planet, your pocket, and your time. Thank you.
Good. So good.
Questions?
I'll start.
Where's done?
I just have one presentation. It was really well done. I'm going to start because I have very short things to say and then move on. I think my only critique would be is you read really quickly and it was hard to like keep up at some point. Speed is fine. Just make sure that like when the element comes up and emphasize, you take a moment to like stop and think so that whoever's listening. Other than that, it was a great presentation. Well thought out. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'll tag on what he said about emphasizing a point, like as you go through each thing. When you are passionate about an aspect of this, and you're going really fast to be respectful to the investors that you pitch to, and you have a part that you think, I really need them to hear this part. I really need them to notice this part. And you say composting is overlooked, or something like that, and then go into your composting piece. And then when you say this can be carried out through the refrigerator, touchscreen refrigerator. We may even start that before, say automation and just key points that you speak out and begin to go into. I love this idea. I did get to see it before with you guys. And remember I talked about composting in that village over in Italy that gave out chickens and they ate the waste and they gave eggs and it worked, so at this time, I heard something I didn't hear before. That is sharing recipes that are your own that could be exchanged. That could be really big and create a lot of buzz. And you get people to start talking about your app because they're using it and they like it and they found something. Imagine somebody looking at what Apple Crisp, I think you said, Apple Turnover, Apple Pie, you showed those three. But what if you got like somebody's profile and you got their grandmother's recipe of something with apple or something with broccoli or something with a mix or something with whatever is in the fridge that's going to go bad. People like to have their thing get noticed. And I find that those boxes that all the old people had that had their recipe cards in little 3x5 cards, those are getting thrown in the trash now. And those recipes will never carry on. And we're getting to less creativity in the kitchen. So you could capture those and have I think you should build the app and like focus on that piece a little bit that you mentioned and say, share your recipe here. Make your recipe known. How many ratings did you get for your recipe? How many likes? How many users? What's the feedback on your recipe? Showcase recipe of the month. Something that really kind of takes that whole piece and kind of blows that up and kind of balances it out with you got a lot of give already, you got a lot of grab, you got a lot of things that bite and are going to move and make sense and people are going to want it, but take that piece and make it where there's exchange and interaction and it'll come alive even more. Great presentation.
All right, I think I will go. Hi guys, my name is Lilia. I'm with the Better Business Bureau and I just want to say, wow. Okay, first of all, that presentation itself, I kind of already knew from the first slide this was going to be amazing, and then I was not disappointed. The visuals, the presentation, the details on point. All 5 of you standing there presenting and giving us your ideas, information on point. Everyone's right. You were a little too quick. I couldn't even take notes. I was like, this is great, but I'm like missing out on all the great things that you guys have in here. It's like a lot of great ideas. Composting, reminder to recycle, incredible. All of these are incredible ideas. It's like value added. So you have a product, but then you have value added. So it's amazing. I noticed that one thing maybe you can think about and reevaluate if you want to. If you don't. I think you guys said you're targeting college students, and that was what, based on your research that you did. I am not a college student. I am a mom of 4, and I would freaking love to use that. Okay, so do not exclude other demographics just because your little focus group or whatever you did told you that college students were a great idea. Yes, they are, but there are other demographics you might want to target as well. So now it can only be bigger and better. Okay. So other than that, amazing job.
Thank you.
Great job. Great job. Your last presentation was amazing, so was this one. The only thing is, same kind of right, too fast. Slow down. I was excited already, so you had my attention. You didn't need to speak through it. The only other thing I really wanted to ask was, so you take a picture of what you have, let's say it's a onion pepper. What software are you using to identify, take back the data?
So that is definitely more into the developing process, but we do have some ideas, and we've had the idea of like ChatGTP, like coming up. It's been mentioned to us several times. So if there's like a way that ChatGTP will be able to identify like what it's scanning, and we can put that like into an app, that would be amazing. But we really haven't thought much into it because it really is more into the developing process. So we would need to talk to some people who like work in the app development.
I also like that you're going to reach out to LG or Samsung, the tablets that they gave on the boards of the refrigerators. I always thought it was silly, like personally, I just noticed it break on the refrigerator. And now that you shed light on that, so you can look up the recipe and you can see through the glass, you can kind of see what's already in there. I mean, it's a good idea. I always thought it was kind of silly. Why is there a screen on the? Well, that's just a waste of money. But now, from a quick Samsung, and you have these recipes, you know what's in there. And it makes sense now. So you shed light on a product that I thought was really strange, and you're like, okay, see how you can use that. So good strategy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.